Well, hello. We're going to look at a Lego minifigure series, and I've bought a whole carton of these, and this is where that box has come from. And we're going to start thinking big because someone suggested to me, hey, easy way to collect these is buy a whole carton. Well, there's a couple of little interesting facts that I found out, if I can get it out, when I bought this whole box. And the first most curious fact, and I'd hate to be teaching people to do the wrong thing here, but the whole carton there scans at the individual price in the country I live, which is $5. So if you were, well, evil, you could go through on their self-scanners and buy the whole box for $5. But I'm going to prove to you I paid the full price by showing you my receipt. That's what I paid. There's 60 minifigures in there. They're $5 each. So that's a total of $300. So at $300, that's about the same price as one of those large Lego train sets. So here's the plan. I'm going to go in and I'm going to open up every minifigure in that box. There are 3 rows there of 20. I've laid out some base plates here, 3 rows of 20, and we're going to see a physical representation of what's in that box there, laid out on the table there. Now other YouTubers do this, but mainly, from what I've seen, is they do this. You just see something written down on a piece of paper. You don't actually see the minifigures opened up. So we're going to do it so you can all see for real. As you all know, there are 60 minifigures in a series, and what some people say is, oh, but there's some of them which you rarely ever see in a box, and sometimes there's only one in the box, or maybe they're really special, who knows? Santa Claus might be one of the special ones in this series. Other people tell me that's just a myth, so I'm going to see how many series I can pull out of this one box, which contains 60 minifigures. What I'm showing you here is the box still has its seals, hasn't been tampered with or opened, and I'll put a time-lapse camera over this, so you can watch me build these minifigures in record time.
Some popular minifigures from the recent past.
You know, this hazmat guy would have to be the one that most people have said they like. The one that I've been asked most about, oh, do you have a spare? So, for some reason, he is very, very popular. The Statue of Liberty was another one that many people have asked, oh, do you have one of those? Mainly people in the USA, of course, asking for that. Where I live in Australia, there seem to be loads of these left over in the boxes. They weren't very sought after here, but in the USA, this minifigure certainly was. Another favourite from the past was this robot. Boy, a lot of people also asked me about this one. Oh, do you have one of those spare? Well, these are the ones that I remember. Loads of people asked me about these sorts of minifigures. The guy in the lizard suit was also another very popular one. It seems like it was years ago when he came out, but it probably wasn't. The alien guy was another popular one. I suppose people are after that headpiece. The guy in the monkey suit was one of my favourites, and I think it was a favourite with many other people as well. From not that long ago, Old Sleepyhead was another favourite. Lots of people had contacted me, oh, do you have a spare one of those? Or, oh, I lost my teddy bear. And this nerd guy, and sure, he's got Evel Knievel's hairpiece, but it was another very popular one. I think it was because of that laptop piece that he had with him. Okay, this is what we like to see. It's a whole set of 60 minifigure, and these are mint in box. No little finger feels have gone in through here and ripped the packaging apart, and there's nothing missing, of course. I'm going to start at the back corner, work my way up, second row, third row, put them out in the same order here. I'll put a building tray down here. I'll probably get building fatigue from doing this, and I'll probably set a time-lapse camera up somewhere over here to capture the action and compress the time of it. So, let's do this.
My little fat fingers working so fast, my little fat fingers working so fast, my little fat fingers working so fast. I know I ain't get a DMCA cause it's my song, yeah, my little fat fingers are working so fast, my little fat fingers are working so fast, my little fat fingers are working so fast. Copyright guys, keep your hands off my song.
Well, I've got the first row out, I'm having a bit of a break because I'm suffering a bit of building fatigue. And it's very interesting, the breakdown which is happening here. There's lots of doubles and trebles of characters, and that's quite surprising in a very strange way. But there's one thing I can see that this is teaching me already, that if you come across a box which has not been touched, possibly try not to pick up 2 minifigures next to each other, because there's a very good chance you're going to pick up a double. There's lots of doubles going on in that first line. Well, let's move on to the second line and see what we have.
I bet you guys didn't know I could write silly songs. I bet you guys didn't know I could write silly songs. I bet you guys didn't know I could write silly songs. But I do because of the DMCA problems I'm having on my channel all day. People come along and say it's not yours. People come along and say it's not yours. While my little fat fingers are working so fast. You're not gonna get this song because it's my song. It's my song, yeah, it's my song. Keep your little fingers off my song.
Okay, that middle row is now done and all made up, and again it's very, very interesting what I'm finding. And if I have a quick little peruse of what I got out, you can see once again we're getting stuff in doubles. I can't see any trebles in that lot, but there's this amazing alien dude at the front there. I mean, that is an awesome minifigure if ever I've seen one. But even though I've done 40, I still haven't got a full set. I haven't got the pirate guy, and there might be another one that I haven't got, but I haven't quite worked out. But I definitely know I haven't got the pirate guy in there. So boy, oh boy, I'm hoping that there's a lineup of pirate guys in that final 20 bags. And boy, am I suffering from a building fatigue. Oh, I have to go see the doctor about those hand muscles.
I bet the silly song will stick in your head. I bet the silly song will stick in your head. I bet the silly song will stick in your head. And guess what? I might put it up onto iTunes and hit you for 99 cents per download and make some money real easy. And guess what? I can be free from making silly videos for YouTube, making silly videos for YouTube, making silly videos for YouTube, but you get hit with the MCAs all the time.
Okay, I've done that final row, so they're all open and they're all out on display. And again, it was very interesting. There were quite a few double ups. The old pirate or Captain Hook, whatever he is, appeared, and many of him. And I'm going to have to do a breakdown to see exactly what I've got here. If I sneak a peek at the time-lapse camera, it'll tell me how long it took me to make all those minifigures. And there's the time code, 52 minutes. And I'll tell you what, again, my hand feels like it's been under a fair bit of strain. All that little fine work, it's really given it a workout. I'd dare say if you're doing this, just have a break, give your hands a rest. I had a rest between doing each 3 rows. There's no way I could build all that in one hit. So the big question is thinking big and buying a whole box the easiest way to collect these very hard to find Lego minifigures? I see so many people in the stores playing with the finger feel method, and I see them trying to read the secret braille code on the back, and it really infuriates some people. Maybe thinking big is the way to collect these. Well, if you imagine yourself looking at the front of the box, this is the lineup and how they came out. It's very interesting. There are a lot of double ups and treble ups, but mind you, I've seen that in other people's reports when they pulled down minifigure boxes. So it seems to be a bit of a trend. Well, here's another angle of those minifigures, and they look fantastic when they're lined up like this. Again, we're working from the front and going to the back, and it's going to be very interesting to see which one was the most common and which one was the least common. And really, no matter how you look at these, how can you not be very, very impressed? Well, I'll have to admit I'm very happy with this way of collecting minifigures. I have got 3 full sets of 16. Plus, there are some where I've got 4 of a kind and 5 of a kind. And it's interesting, if I was doing the finger feel method or looking at those little dimples or weighing the bags, it would take me a long time to find just one series. This is a very fast and effective way of getting a whole series of minifigures. You know, it's funny, now that I see this, it possibly has me asking more questions about what is exactly inside each of these boxes. Does each box generate 3 full sets of 16 minifigures, or am I just very lucky to pull this off? I know there are other people that do these box pull downs. I don't think anyone else shows it like this. I've just seen people writing lists on pieces of paper, but I need to go and examine what other people have shown to fully get my head around what's going on inside these boxes. But there's certainly one thing that I've learnt, and I have looked at other people's box breakdowns, is if you go to a shop and you're coming to choose some minifigures and you're in a rush and you just want to try and get, maybe you're picking up 3 minifigures, you want 3 different ones, do not pick up 2 bags side by side, because we saw so many times the repetition of the same minifigure in the same row. Your best bet would be to pick up a bag from the outside row, pick up a bag from the middle row, and pick up a bag somewhere else from the other outside row, and possibly that way is your best bet at getting 3 different minifigures. Let's talk about bang for buck, because I know Lego kids love talking money. That train set there cost me $300 in the country where I reside, and so did those 60 Lego minifigures. So which one of those do you feel presents the best value? And I better show the price tag because some people out there may not believe me. $2.99, which in my country gets rounded up to $300. And here's a look at the cargo train all made up. It comes with a fantastic layout. It's got a couple of sets of points, some flexi track. It's got a cargo terminal. It's an absolute boy's dream. I'm a huge fan of the Lego train system. And up the front there is our 60 minifigures. Now maybe when you see it like this, it makes it a much clearer picture on which one presents the best value. Or is this something you just cannot compare? Is it like trying to compare an egg with a tennis ball? And all up for me, there is $600 worth of Lego on screen. Well, the Series 8 minifigures do not disappoint, but I tell you what, it feels like I've been hit up with a series in fast succession. To me, it feels like Series 6, 7 and 8 have all happened in very short time, and this is becoming a very expensive little hobby to chase. But maybe I'm seeing this all wrong, because I know I've collected other things and money tends to be the thing you least worry about. It's all about just getting the collection and enjoying the collection for what it is. Well, I hope you've learned something from this video. Possibly the best thing I've learned is the easiest way to collect is just go and buy a whole box of minifigures. Anyway, thank you for watching and bye for now. Well, I'm pretty sure someone's going to say, wow Leo, how do you do your tracking shots? If I put a mirror up, the secret will be revealed. Gotta love them Hot Wheels. And there's a great big dollop of blue tack, which is the interface between the car and the camera.